text-to-voice synthesis provided by Vidnami. About, the National Guard, Troops. January 28, 2021 by Anna von Reitz. Just as there are states and there are different kinds of states, there are different kinds of National Guard troops. So life is a bit more complex than you thought it was, but still not rocket science. Remember that I told you that after the Civil War, the assets of the original American state-of-state organizations were placed in individual state trusts. And, pop quiz. How were those state trusts named? Deceptively, they were named like this: the Ohio State, the Vermont State, the Minnesota State, the Tennessee State. If you listen and are at all sensitive to language, you will already notice that these names leave you hanging. The Ohio State what? The perpetrators could have and should have simply called these what they are, as in, the Ohio State Trust, but no. They didn't want you to realize that such a trust existed, and they didn't want you to know the history of how and why the state trusts were established. That in itself could have unraveled their whole scheme, so instead, they just conveniently left off the word trust and let it hang at Ohio State, Wisconsin State, and so on. You have, no doubt, over the course of your life filled in that empty space with other words, like the Ohio State Capitol, the Ohio State University System, the Ohio State Board of Medical Examiners, the Ohio State Bank, and so on, including but not limited to the Ohio State National Guard. So, now you can see that this kind of National Guard is paid for and directed under the auspices of the state trust, and there is something more that you can learn from the name, Ohio State National Guard, if you are looking for it, and that is the phrase, Ohio State National, as in, a guard made up of Ohio State nationals. Those who have paid attention will know that Americans define their nationality by the state they are born in. Just like other people are German or French, we are Wisconsinites or Texans. And, within the context of our nation-states, we are further subdivided as state nationals and state citizens. So the Ohio State National Guard also implies that this guard is composed of state nationals from Ohio, that is, Americans who are not federal citizens. In addition to the aforementioned and described Ohio State National Guard, we have the State of Ohio National Guard, which is funded, directed, and staffed by the territorial United States government, and the State of Ohio National Guard, which is funded, directed, and staffed by the municipal United States government. Take-home message: there are three kinds of National Guard, and now, we are additionally seeing a fourth, the Ohio National Guard, which is a United Nations regional government corporation franchise, operating as a municipal corporation and private security force tasked to protect municipal officials and municipal property, and having nothing to do with our state called Ohio, the state trust, the territorial state of state, or the municipal state of state, either. Confusing? You bet. There is no reason that members of the Ohio State National Guard can't declare their birthright political status and join the Ohio Assembly, and there is no reason that they can't also be part of the State Assembly militia and continue to draw their State National Guard pay at the same time. The only real difference is that the State Assembly militia includes state citizens and all their commanders are state citizens who have a singular obligation to their State of the Union. By contrast, state National Guards units can include and be commanded by state nationals who do not necessarily have a singular obligation to their state. State Assembly militias: all commanders are state citizens. State National Guard: all commanders are state nationals. State of State National Guard: employees and dependents of the territorial state of state organization. State of State National Guard: employees and dependents of the municipal state of state organization. State National Guard: employees of the United Nations regional government hired to protect municipal corporation officials and assets. Long story short, you can expect to see a state assembly militia, and up to four different entities calling themselves some form of National Guard. 3 of these National Guards are employed by foreign corporations, and 1 is employed by the state trust. Of the 3 foreign, National Guard, organizations, 2 of them should not be operating on our soil. The municipal United States government is obligated by the Constitution of the United States to limit its presence and activities to the enumerated services that it was hired to provide, and they do not include National Guard services. The territorial United States government isn't obligated to provide any such service, either, except in connection to its overall mandate to protect and defend on the high seas and navigable inland waterways. So, long story short, the organizations that are here to protect you and your state include your state assembly militia and your Ohio, for example, State National Guard. The State National Guard is a territorial force under the command of the state governor, which may or may not have a service obligation related to you, depending on the circumstance. The State National Guard and State National Guard are both foreign municipal government entities that should not be deployed even in a private capacity within the borders of our states of the Union. We hope this breakdown will help people better understand the news coming out of Washington, D.C., and better enable them to discern the identity, nature, obligations and affiliations of all these various National Guard programs and also the State Assembly militia.